Welcome back to a Youth Squad episode. Wow, that feels so weird to say. It's been a few weeks since I last recorded FIFA 15 on my Xbox 360. You've got to think, FIFA 16 has been out for a little while now, and this series is it's going on a little bit too long, and I understand that. But I still want to get Luton and this team, this fantastic squad, to win the Premiership. So, I reckon we'll win it next season. The team is good enough. You know, to be honest, I reckon I'll probably finish like 10th, 8th this year. Maybe a little bit higher, depends. Straight after that, I'm going purely for the Premiership. We're playing Sunderland, and this was just a really poor game. You can tell that I haven't played for a very, very long time. FIFA 16 gameplay is way different. You may not feel like it's different, but it is. And we go 2-0 down in about 40 minutes. Yeah, also, on top of that, my Xbox didn't want to record this, or the Elgato, or the computer didn't want to record FIFA 15. So it was very, very glitchy, as you'll see every so often. I really apologise on that, but that is on the hard copy and not the actual editing side of things. So I get my 20-year-old goalkeeper, Barcelona going for a bid for him, and my rock at the back. I get a stupid offer for him, so I ask for a stupid amount of money. They're two key players that will be there for the Premiership next season. We play Wimbledon, I believe, in the FA Cup. 20 minutes in, and it's a quiet game so far. This should be a very easy game. I don't understand how we are not winning 40 minutes into the game. The only thing that's happened in the first half of the match is a yellow card, and the same thing going on in the second half of the match. There has been another yellow card. This has been a really boring game. 18 minutes into the game, it is still 0-0, and a last minute goal by Gomez. We win 1-0. Volman, one of my favourite centre backs, wants out. He wants to leave. I'm not going to stop him, but I'm not going to sell him on the cheap. He's valued at about 2.5 mil. My scouts say that I should be asking for about 9 to 10 mil for him. This game was fantastic to watch, guys. I forgot all about playing against Everton here. So I injured 2 of their players. I also got a few players sent off. First one was Ledson. He got sent. McCarthy got sent off, and Ledson come on for him. That's another tackle, which you'll see a yellow card here. And very soon after, Peterson, being Peterson, he's already on a yellow. That was a scary tackle. I thought I was going to get a yellow card for that. He goes full on attack on Browning. Gets sent off, doesn't he? First red card in this match. 29 minutes into the game. We've still got 60 minutes of this match, and we're playing 10 men. And Everton decide to sweaty. I don't understand why. They're playing against 10 men. They do not need to score a sweaty goal there. Barkley on the ball. Bit of a bad tackle. I fully understand. Should be a free kick. Referee says no. Plays on. He gets subbed off about 2 minutes later. He was on the floor for that long. Going on to the second half of the game, I do some substitutions. I bring in some of my favourite players. Rufer and Tung comes on. And the whole team just gels so much better than these players are playing. Gomez is definitely my number 1 right mid at this point. He may only be like a 64 or a 68 overall, but he's so much better when you play him. Correa's 9th goal of the season is against Everton. 48 minutes into the game. Such a fantastic player. He's going to be hitting at least 20 goals this season in my eyes. And I totally agree on that, because he scores a second goal right here. I actually thought he was going to miss that. Really did think he was going to miss that. 2 goals within about 3 minutes of within each other. That's his 10th goal off the season. There's another yellow card that goes. There you go, yellow card there. And this one, my second red card off the game. And I think it was my CDM, my 77 overall CDM. I don't know how I'm going to cope in the next match if I play it, because I've just lost 2 big players. And Correa's hat-trick. I'm down to 9 men, and I'm still scoring goals 65 minutes into the game. It's his 11th goal of the season, and he has just scored a hat-trick against Everton. This guy is going to be scoring so many more goals in so many more seasons. Everton get 1 goal back. I'm not going to argue too much, because it is only a 1 goal. And in the last few minutes, we were the stronger team. So we did win this game 3-2. And we move on to the next game in a minute, and it will be against Arsenal. So yeah, there you go. 3-2 against Everton. We loan out my Cam. He doesn't really get too much gameplay. Volman's finally agreed a new contract, and we move on to the fourth game of this episode, and we play Tottenham Hotspurs, a team that I was a little bit worried about. They are better than Everton, and I was a little bit cautious, especially when I bring my keeper out, doing stupid things like that. I really need to stop doing that. It is my mistake. I hold Y as a self-defense thing almost. You'll probably see him come off of his line in a second here. Well, maybe not. So yeah, we are playing against Tottenham, and it took me about 15 minutes to work out that all of the time and the names at the bottom weren't showing up. So the ball comes off there like as a offside thing from me, and all the stuff comes back because I paused the screen. Correa scored a hat-trick against Everton, was hungry for his next goal. It didn't happen there. So Gomez, my right mid, that should have been a penalty. I argue that case so much, even when I was editing it. And we get a corner come in. A guy that probably came in purely for the fact of the red cards we got against Everton, showing us why he should be playing and not being on the bench. That's a 1-0 goal, 1-0 game, and we beat Tottenham any second here. Tottenham just didn't really show up. They were defensively, but attack-wise, they didn't really threaten us. We go on to their local rivals and we play Arsenal next. If we can only beat Arsenal, or if we can only beat Tottenham 1-0, let me get the names right for once. God, if we can only beat Tottenham 1-0, what are we going to do against Arsenal? That is my biggest worry. This team is really, really strong. I try to injure Wilshere there because he is a injury-prone player. Oh, look who it is, Peterson again. Got a little bit of a rep going on about being a dirty tackler. He might have a long-term future with Luton because of that, because I like players that like to tackle. I messed up there bringing the keeper out. I wouldn't say it was a lob goal, but he did totally get advantage of my keeper being off of his line. Sanchez with his 6th goal of the season. Boise, Correa scores his 10th league goal, so I'm guessing that that's his 12th goal of the competition. So, you know, a player that can score 10 to 12 goals in the first half of the season, if you double it up, he's going to be scoring 20 goals. It's basic maths, and I really, really hope that he scores 20 goals this season. We draw against Arsenal. We're going to go into the final 10 hours of the transfer window where absolutely nothing happens. Actually, I argue that a few things do happen. Matty Phillips went from QPR to Arsenal, and he played in that last game. I can't believe he actually moved. There he is. I think he went for like 4 and a bit mil. If he was a regen, I would have had him all day long. He's a fantastic winger. I think he's a right mid on this game. He did change at one point. Him and Ince used to play either side for Blackpool. So we're going 4 hours into the game, and yeah, like I said, absolutely nothing happens. So yeah, really boring transfer window this week, or this season, to be honest. Come next transfer window, there will be some bigger signings because we need that push towards promotion. So I will be looking for some bigger players. Last hour, nothing happens. £102 million on transfers. Last game of this episode is in the FA Cup, and we are playing, I believe that's Preston. Johnston in goal. Yeah, that's definitely Preston. We're 1-0 up with an Inigo goal. Klute scores. I haven't seen him play for a little while, so I'm glad to see that happen. And we win the game 3-0. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video or any of my other content, please hit that like button. Leave some feedback below. I really appreciate if you are still watching my Luton series, because I know it's not one of them ones that you want to watch because it's only FIFA 15, but I'm really enjoying playing it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video or any of my other content, hit that like button, leave some feedback, and if you're new, why not sub to me?